So we're going to talk about a brand new product that we were honored to test and evaluate. And it's an Orbis 600 head. It's kind of impressive. We've already had a chance to run it a couple days, and actually we had a chance to run it in a field where a 5-year-old Orbis 600 was not doing very well. It was plugging about every 10-15 minutes, and we took it out there and they ran the whole day flawlessly. The biggest problem we have in corn lately is the brown leaves toward the bottom, and when it's wet and raining, which it typically always does in this country, it tends to plug up some heads. So this head was designed to eliminate some of those problems. The funny thing about Claas, it's still called an Orbis 600, but it is entirely different head, even though on first look it may look the same. So we're going to fold it up and show you some differences, but it's definitely lower profile. You'll see that right away. We're going to show you the ground contour thing in a moment here. As we drive it around, you'll be able to see how the contour works. It's pretty slick. It's designed into the head, so the whole head controls the height. You never have to do it from the operator station. They changed a little bit where it feeds into the feed rolls. That's distinctly different than the old Orbises. If you notice them, we call them Christmas trees and little towers there. You will notice that that's all open. On the old heads, that wasn't open, and could be a problem with brown leaves, the dead brown leaves in the bottom, especially chopping in the rain. We're going to flip the wing up and show you some of the details underneath. Okay, so now we flipped up the wing a little bit, and if you watch some of the folding, this head is actually even smarter than you are, because what it does is Claas has already pre-programmed the head. If you just switch choppers or you switch grass head, come back to the corn head, it knows exactly what your end stops are. It remembers them. Pretty cool feature. It also remembers all your settings. And I don't know if you noticed while we were folding, the other cool thing it does is if you push the fold button and it tells the chopper it's not in the right position, it automatically raises it, so that's in the right position to fold and to transport. Likewise, on the unfold, it does the same thing. One of the things it's trying to compensate for is it doesn't want you screwing these things up. And this is your auto contour that adjusts your head height and adjusts it like this. At the same time, it adjusts the height and keeps you from scalping this. And we'll show you this in a little bit on this uneven ground. The biggest changes they made to get it low profile is this modular design. It looks nothing like our old Orbis heads. So how did they do that? How did they get that so they could get this thing so low profile, which helps in down crops? Well, they did that by concaving this cutting disc. So that's the biggest change. The slip clutch in here is still really easy to change. You can do it taking out 4 bolts. A salesman like myself could take that in and out. That's been updated. It's a newer style again. Okay, we're going to give you a quick demonstration. The coupler is different. The clutch is different. There's one of these for every drum, so there's 4 of them on this machine. Back in the old days, we had to take half the head apart to get at these clutches. Today, the old Orbises, you had to take some bolts out. This one, you don't even have to do that. Even I can do this one if I don't drop the most important part. So all you do is slide this coupler ahead. There's a button on here, slide it all the way ahead. Keep this piece in there, and now you're ready to remove the clutch. And that's all you got to do. And you just throw another one in, or you could rebuild this one. They are rebuildable. There's kits for them, but they keep making these better and better, so you're probably not going to have to, but this is even slicker yet. It's easy to change in the field, so you just slide this back in. 1000 PDO shaft. Obviously, if you're changing on the machine, you're underneath the machine to do the 2 underneath, you never have much fear of dropping this part. But even if you drop it, you can fish it out of the cavity, which I may do again. There you go. Slide this back in, line up the holes there. You might have to edit some of this. Here we go. There we go. I just didn't do it in the right order. All you needed was a 13mm wrench to take the cover off. Otherwise, no tools required. Probably the single biggest change they made to this head is these teeth. And that's what makes this head uniquely different. The teeth now are saw blades. When this head came in, I was a little concerned. They were kind of dull. I just thought, wow, I thought they'd be a little sharper. Ironically, after we ran it a day, we've already got 15 hours on this head. These things are sharp and they do the job. Really helps for grass. So the other thing that makes this head unique is it doesn't turn as fast as everybody else's head does. It runs slower, takes less power. There's fewer gearboxes. So they've done a lot of work to change this head. Another change they made is all these wheels now are protected. This sickle section here is standard equipment, helps clean the bottoms out. On our old heads, you would see just tons of stuff hanging underneath here when you came out of the rows. This helps clean it out. In fact, it's so sharp, I think I just cut myself. Different cleaners. You notice these wear strips are standard. That wasn't on the original head. This cleaner is different. On the original head, it went way into here. It no longer has to do that because this is all concaved. The other cool thing is they did on this head that's really different is the points that keep the corn against the drum. You can see it down here. This is the top side. There used to be rods. They are no longer rods. They're strips of steel. The cool part is I should have took a wrench and showed you this, but they're replaceable and they're adjustable. There's slots in here and you can replace and adjust them, slide them closer in and out. That helps if you ever bend one or if you bend the thing and it's giving you trouble, you can just take it off, go get another one. You don't have to take the whole thing off. Really big improvement. So the other thing that they did is the couplers are different. If you notice the quick couplers, the power drive is a whole different coupler setup. It slides over top. And then this is another important thing right here is the adjustment of the scrapers. You can do it right from here. The scrapers that slide against the drum so you don't get stuff stuck in between the drum are adjustable right here. They've changed some of this stuff as well. So